Greetings, everyone. This is Payment Loans, your host, your friend, your court. Today, we're kicking off the last day of this wonderful, amazing, and insightful challenge, the Invisible to Undeniable 5-day challenge for the class of April 2026. And super excited. Let's jump right in. And we'll allow the people that come in later to join us after. All right. So let's go. So today is going to be very simple, yet very powerful. It's all about putting it together. And I'm going to show you how you don't need more visibility. What you need is to be in the right rooms. You already understand that from what I shared with you guys yesterday, and I'm going to dive deeper into that and putting it together. And so you can see how this can be a true game changer when applied the right way. So for the past 5 days, I've shared a lot of things with you guys. Something has shifted inside of you. I'm sure that you've seen what's possible. You've seen what alignment actually feels like. And most importantly, you realize that you're meant for more. Raise your hand if you agree with that you're meant for more. Absolutely. Yes, yes, yes. Now, the only question is this. This is a question for yourself, not for me, just for yourself. Will you step into it or stay where you are? That's the question I want you guys to really ask yourself deeply and sincerely. Because again, you don't have a visibility problem. You don't need more followers, more content. You don't even need to try harder. It's simply that you've been speaking in the wrong rooms. Just like in real estate, the cheesy line, location, 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 definitely matters, even more so in business. And you've been speaking because you've been in the wrong rooms, you've been speaking to the wrong people. And most importantly, with the wrong positioning. And that's why you've been invisible so far. Raise your hand if that resonates with you guys, if you feel that speaks to you. Yes, I see heads. Yes, yes, yes. Also, if nothing changes, I want you to picture this. In the future, imagine another 6 to 12 months of almost there, creating more content, no clients, spinning your wheel, more effort, no momentum, more frustrations. And what is the most heartbreaking for me, and I'm sure for you as well, is to see less qualified people than you winning. People that don't have anything near your credentials, your credibility, your experience, that are becoming the experts in your niche and resulting in you questioning your message, yourself, your worth, and questioning it all and slowly becoming invisible in your own niche. That's something that I've been before. I know how it feels. And yeah, we don't want to be here anymore. That's why you're here. And again, it's not about you. You're definitely not the problem. Your gifts are powerful, impactful, transformational, and profitable. Your message is not a problem. Your experience is not a problem. You've simply never been positioned correctly, and you haven't been placed yet in the right rooms. And we're gonna change that today. You guys ready for that? All right. So as I shared with you guys yesterday, authority isn't built; it's borrowed. Just like OPM, other people's money, here's OPA, other people's authority. The fastest way to become trusted is to be introduced by someone already trusted. Look at all these people getting, featured on TV, radio shows, podcasts, conference, and all that. How that drastically skyrockets their visibility in the right rooms. And in this case, for us, we're talking mostly about podcast hosts. These are your gatekeepers of attention, the right attention. Their audience is basically your ideal clients. Their trust is your shortcut to authority. And that's how you become undeniable really, really, really fast when you do it in a surgical, clinical, precise way. So what you saw this week, it was an accident. You saw what happens when you introduced, and you even saw it live last week with me being introduced by Tyson. I asked you yesterday, again, how that was powerful for you guys, and you guys said yes, yes, yes. You saw it live in real in front of you. Because when you're introduced properly, you can feel the difference in attention and engagement and energy. And that is not theory. As I said, you've seen it live and you've seen it many, many, many times before in other events, shows, conferences, TVs, radios, and so on and so forth. And that, my friends, is a real game. And now I want you to picture this, that this is happening not once, but every single week for 90 days and beyond for you. How would that impact your business and your life? I want you to ask us and picture this. Now, I do have a few questions for you before we move on today. And these are questions, you're welcome to share them here, but most importantly, these are questions for yourself, to ask yourself and really ponder about those questions deeply on your own now and throughout the weekend. These questions are this. Over the last few days, what specifically clicked for you? And what's something that you see now that you didn't see before day one? If I would love if one of you guys would to share at least in a short sentence your answer to these with us. What specifically clicked for you in this week? And what is one thing that you see now that you didn't see before day one?
I'll speak.
Go ahead.
Your process of walking us through the formula that I've done it this time, just something different opened in it, very much so. And then how you're doing this, like podcasting and sharing that with us, and just the simplicity of you're just very, very transparent with everything that you're doing. And
Yes.
that's very welcoming.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, absolutely. Yes. Thank you. Anyone else wants to share theirs? Go ahead, Elaine.
Oh, well, something is when you talk about niche, I mean, I've heard the word find your niche. I've heard that a lot. But I don't know, something in this, it's like really defining it, not just having an idea of the type of people. Or I think that's what made me really stand out is, whether it's male, female, depending on what we got, making sure that's really, really clear and making sure it's really clear, we've got clarity on it. I think that's
Absolutely.
something that really, I think that was what's really stood out to me.
Yes.
Is, I've heard that sort of the comment, that wording being made, but not really been explained and talked about like we have here.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Clarity is everything. Let's move on. Thank you. Now, based on everything you've seen so far, this is a question I want to ask you sincerely. Do you believe that this works? And most importantly, for you, I want you to ask yourself this, because this is the ultimate question. And the next question I want to ask you is this. Do you believe that being in the right rooms changes everything? And the big question again is question number 3. Do you believe that this works? And most importantly, for you? That's the ultimate question. I see some heads nodding. Yes, Jennifer, absolutely. This is a question I want you guys to really think about it. And if any one of you, just one of you, can just share your answer with us quickly, one short sentence. I'd love that. Anyone? Go ahead, Don.
Well, I'll be honest. I'm skeptical that it will work for me because there's so many things that I've tried. So many people that have said you do this and then you get this and
Yes.
it doesn't add up. So it's like, I'm not sure that I believe that.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you. Yes, I've been there. I've been there. This is very fair. Absolutely. Yes. Thank you. Next. Sorry, go ahead.
Your net worth equals your network, and your
Yes.
network it's not even just your network, it's who's in that network, someone
Yes.
who has that bigger room, who has that authority. Yeah, you see it across.
And again, this
Policy.
system, I did not invent it. It's been going on since the dawn of time. People introducing trusted experts all the time. So again, we've seen it around this all the time. It's just implementing it at a micro level to you and your niche in your business. All right, cool. Now, do you feel that this is aligned with you and your message? And can you see how this could directly impact your business? Again, these questions are for you. For you to ask yourself for today, this weekend, and really think them through, because these questions are going to be what's going to really take you to the next level in your business, or keep you stay where you are. And again, and we just had one example here in a good way. I know for some of you, something inside is saying, yes, this is it. And at the same time, another side of you saying, what if this doesn't work for me? And these are perfectly normal, both sides. Now, there's no right or wrong. Put a one in the chat if you feel that this is it, that this aligns with you, and put a two if it doesn't work. And again, we're all friends here. Be truthful, be honest, based on what you've seen so far. And again, I want you guys to really ask these questions to yourself and just put in the chat your answer. Let me see the chat. Yes, Arlene. Yes, yes, yes. Elaine, okay. Don, okay. Okay. Anyone else? Maya, okay. Okay. Interesting. Okay, let's move on. Now, another powerful question to ask is, if nothing changes, where do you realistically see yourself 6 months from now? And how does that feel, knowing what you know now? These are questions for yourself. To do some brainstorming. The next two questions are going to be my favorite question. This one is, are you someone who waits or someone who moves when you see something that you know that this is for you? And the big one, so the real question is this: are you ready to move now, or you stay where you are, invisible, overlooked, and underpaid for another year or two or 10? Again, these are for you. These are questions for you. You know the answer yourselves. So we all answered our own questions. Now, let me show you exactly how we make this real for you. May I? Do I have your blessings to show you? And of course, you already know the answer. Let's go. All right, cool. So introducing the Undeniability Authority Accelerator. It's going to take you from being overlooked and invisible to becoming the undeniable authority in as little as 120 days. So what this is about is basically an accelerator where in the next 120 days, myself and my team will help you to identify your zone of genius. We build your Godfather offer, position you as the go-to expert, go on top authority podcast, and turn listeners into high-ticket clients. So you become undeniable in your niche. That's what the premise of this is. Now let's dive deep. So why I created this? 500 plus podcast conversation later, both as a host and as a guest. I've seen what works and what doesn't. I saw brilliant people stay invisible, and I saw average people, sometimes even below average people, win just by being positioned correctly in the right places. And I realized it wasn't about just visibility by itself. It was about three big things. One, clarity, as I mentioned since the beginning. Two, positioning the correct way, and in the right places. And that's why I built the system. It's a complete system designed to take you from being overlooked and invisible to becoming the undeniable expert and authority in your niche. How does that sound so far? All right, let's move on. So it's a 16-week accelerator, 2 phases. Let me see the chat. Okay, thank you, Helene. So 2 phases. Phase 1 is about the foundation. The first month, we're going to work together to build your foundation, identify and all that good stuff. And phase 2, authority expansion, which is the next week 5 to week 16. So let's take a look at the breakdown. Phase 1 is all about one thing: you becoming dangerously clear. So you become unstoppable the first 4 weeks. So we work together. We're going to do it together. We're going to get you to get crystal clear on your zone of genius. What's one pain point you can solve and for who specifically? And then we're going to build your Godfather high ticket offer around your zone of genius in a way that people cannot say no to. And of course, we're going to be dialing in on your messaging and positioning. So when you speak, doesn't matter what platform, podcast, events, conferences, TED Talks, whatever, or in person even, people don't just listen to you, but people lean in and want more. And when opportunities arise, whatever they may be in the future, you're ready, not just to speak, but to convert. So result, you stop sounding like everyone else and start becoming the obvious choice in your niche. Phase 2 is about you being featured everywhere that matters. We place you on 12 top authority podcasts. I'm going to explain that in a moment. These are not random shows. They're going to be shows that are handpicked around you, your niche, your zone of genius, your gift, your audience, basically what you do. And you're going to be introduced as a trusted expert to a trusted host, by trusted hosts to their audiences. And these audiences are going to be your ideal clients. And the process, their trust is going to be your shortcut to authority. Myself and my team, we handle everything. The research, the reaching out, the pitching, the communication, all that. The only thing you do is you simply show up, speak, and shine. That's all you do. This is completely done for you, fully bespoke, fully private. And result, you go from being invisible to being seen as the undeniable authority. So a top authority podcast is important, is a podcast that is ranked in the top 20% or top 10% or higher globally in its respective niche. So generally speaking, a top 20% podcast has about 200 to 500 target listeners per episode. And a top 10% has about 1,000 to 3,000 targeted listeners. So as I said, over 12 weeks, you're going to be featured on 12 of those podcasts. So you're looking at speaking in front of 2,400 to 36,000 people. These are not random people. They're going to be your exact ideal listeners in your niche. How would that change your business? You being featured, introduced, and endorsed by trusted experts in front of these people for you and your business. Anyone wants to tell us how that impact their business?
I was going to say, well,
Sorry?
I'm just going to say, well, because that would be, I mean, it's going to change your business. It's going to change your income. It's going to change your attitude. It's going to change the way you feel.
Yes. And you know what else is going to change? It's going to change your entire approach because you don't have to worry about creating content. You don't have to be, looking for leads or anything. It's all taken care of. And the content is going to be a byproduct of you going on this podcast. So what this means for you is very simple. 12 top authority handpicked interviews. Again, I want to emphasize this. This is not random podcast. Whatever podcast is going to accept you. No, it's going to be we're going to be very selective. These are going to be top authority podcasts, top 20%, top 10% in your niche. In front of your exact ideal audience, week after week, once a week for 90 days. So we're going to be building trust at scale. And again, you don't need millions. You just need the right people listening. And when you're going to be talking in front of 2,400 to 36,000 of your exact people in the next 3 months, that's plenty enough to get you not only visibility, but
This is a landing page that I was
clients.
able to create in less than
Okay. And again, as I mentioned yesterday, the real secret here is borrowed authority. When you're introduced by a trusted host as a leading voice on or the trusted expert in your niche, in your field, it does wonders for you on multiple levels because you're being endorsed. Their authority transfers to you instantly and you skip the line. The audience trusts you by default. And ultimately, you step into authority. You've already seen that in action many times in your life, all day long. And you've even seen me last week do that when Tyson introduced me. Same thing here. Here's why this works and why most fail is that most people chase visibility, but visibility by itself without positioning, it's not going to do anything. You're going to be ignored. But when you're clear and when you position the right way and the right place, that's when things change. That's when people don't just listen, they lean in and they take action. You've seen that. Does it make sense? And because of that, conversations become qualified calls. And those calls become clients. This is what we're doing. This is what I mean when I said turning conversations into clients. And you stop chasing and you start being chosen and paid. This is how you do that the right way. And this is where things get really, really, really good. And the momentum works for you. When you go on one of those top authority podcasts, you get visibility. When you go on 3 of those, you get credibility. Now, when you go on 6 of those, you get authority. Now, 12, that's when you're stepping into dominance territory. And that's when momentum compounds fast and you're into taking off towards undeniability. I want you guys to look at this. This is very powerful. Do you guys see that for yourself, for your business? And again, once again, you don't need more visibility. This is very important, actually. You need to become the person your people are ready to buy. Let me repeat that. You don't need more visibility. You just need to become the person that people, and more specifically your people, are ready to buy, to pay from, so to pay. You can have the same conversations, but once you have clarity, positioned properly in the right places, completely different results. And that's when the visibility you're getting actually starts paying you. Because you can get invited on whatever platform, and if you're not done of clarity, don't position properly, and you're speaking for the wrong people, for example, talking about steaks to vegans, good luck. That's exactly why visibility alone is not enough. Visibility is part of the game, but what makes you win the game is being undeniable, and this is what it does. So you've seen that before. Someone without clarity, even if they position properly, they're not get anything. But when they're positioned properly, clients come in. Visibility in the right places, things change. Again, same effort, same conversations, but different results. So here's what this does for you in a more specific way. So phase 1 is all about clarity, your messaging, your conversion, sorry. Phase 2 is about building that authority, visibility in the right places, and turning those conversations into clients. You don't just learn, you execute. We work together towards that. You don't just show up, you get positioned. You don't get just seen, you get chosen. And the big part here is you don't need to understand everything. You just need to know that this works. And it's a full, complete system for you to become undeniable. So how does that sound so far? All right, let's move on. So phase 1, the authority positioning, which is basically the Profitable Podcast Academy that I've been running for the last 4 years. On my website right now is priced at $4,000, going to $5,000 soon. The phase 2, the done for you, fully bespoke authority podcast placements, is going to be launched in June for $6,000 for 90 days, which is the messaging, conversion, plus the strategy and all that, content and all that. So you're looking at total value of $15,000, real value right here of all of this. And these are what people are paying. So the real world value of this is at least just the academy and the public launch, at least $10,000. And because this is the first group I'm running for this is a founders group. It's for a select few. I'm going to share that in a moment. The tuition for this is only $5,000. However, because this is the founders group and this is a serving circle, and my way of saying thank you to Tyson and serving circles, you guys qualify for scholarship, $1,500 scholarship. So what that means is this: for the complete system, the foundation and the expansion, your tuition is only $3,500 for the full system. And this is a price that's going to be exclusive only for the founders group and more specifically for the serving circle. It's my way of saying thank you. And again, I'm holding this until Sunday night or until the 5 spots are gone. I'm going to limit this to 5 people and explain that in a moment why. Whichever comes first, whether the 5 people are signing up or Sunday night. And again, this is not a I'll think about it for 2 weeks decision. This is a you know or you don't decision. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, Arlene. Thank you, Elaine. Yes. And if you decide, if you're an action taker, decide today, I have exclusive bonuses for you. Priority placement. Myself and my team, we're going to fast track your first interviews. You get direct access to me, one-on-one call with me, strategy, positioning, support, and all that. And plus extra momentum support so you don't lose speed. Because I don't just want you to start. I'm doing this so that you win and fast. And yes, I get it. This is not for everyone, but this is for the ones who already know it and the ones already decided. Because this is a momentum accelerator for those who already decided. So to put things into perspective, the Powerful Podcast Academy alone is priced at $4,000 on my website currently, and is going to move to $5,000 soon. The Undeniability Authority Accelerator is going to be launching publicly at $6,000 in the next month. So combined, you're looking at $10,000 to $11,000 offer right there all day long. And because this is the founders launch, founders group, this is not a public launch, you're getting access before the public. You're helping shape and build this with us. And of course, you're getting the highest level of attention and support. How does that sound so far? Okay, cool. So what this means for you is that you're getting both the Powerful Podcast Academy and the full Undeniability Authority Accelerator for almost the current price of Academy alone. Let me check the chat. No, this is US dollars. This is US dollars, USDs. And also because, as I mentioned before, how we do this and the amount of one-on-one work this does, only going to take a very small number of people. And I'll explain that in a moment. So why I'm doing this, why I'm putting together such an incredible package. I've never put something this crazy good before. It's very simple because first and foremost, I've been blessed beyond words by my podcast and by Serving Circle. I want to give back to you guys, help as many good people as possible. And also because I want to move fast with the right 5 people, because I want to create real success, real result, real case studies. We're building this together. And I'd rather build this with 5 aligned people than scale it too early. And this is not about discounting. This is about momentum and collapsing the time and barrier for the first and right 5 people. Because again, I want you guys to win. Me and my team, we're going to be holding your hand every step of the way from day 1 to until you succeed, until you win. Because guess what? When you guys win, we all win together. And honestly, if this helped you get just 1 or 2 clients at $3,000, $5,000, even $10,000, even 1 client at $3,000, it pays for itself. Now imagine 3, 5, 10 clients and plus with this. This is a real proven system. Let me check with the chat. Okay. Now let's do some quick math here to actually show you concretely what this means. So you go on 1 authority podcast a week in front of anywhere between 1,000 to 3,000 of your exact ideal listeners. Even if a fraction of those people were to reach out to you and book a call, even if 0.5% of those people will book a call with you, you'll still be looking at 5 to 15 highly qualified calls with people that are very warm to you because they just spent an hour listening to you. And because you're going to be going prepared on those talks, on those calls, you will have clarity, you will be positioned properly, and you will have an offer that's exactly what they want and need. Now, getting one client is going to become infinitely easier. Do you see how this can actually get you to get clients? Does that make sense? Now, this is just for one placement, one interview. Now, multiply that by 12 because you're going to be going on 12 of those over 90 days, once a week for 3 months. So potentially looking at anywhere between $36,000 to $120,000 plus all of this from a $3,500 decision. Now I've never done anything like this. This is really the shortcut. No, great question. So to answer that, how we're going to do it is once we have the 5, we're going to get on a call with my team. They will get to know, and they will get on a call with you guys individually to get to know you. And then they will do the research. They will get all information from you. What's your zone of genius? What's your business? What's the person you can help the most at the highest level? And then they're going to do all the work. They're going to do the research, the reaching out, the handling communication, the pitching, and all that for you. So you simply show up, speak, and shine. So each of you are going to go on podcast, going to be relevant for you. So for example, Maya Lisa, you're going to go on podcast. They're going to be for people looking to sharing their message on stages, TED Talks. Each of you are going to go on podcasts that are going to be relevant, not just relevant, but exactly on podcasts that are for you, uniquely for you. That's why I said it's going to be fully private and fully bespoke for you. This is why we keep it to 5 people. If it was cookie cutter, templated, it would be open to as many people as we could handle. No, only 5. That's what I mean. And when you look at this like this, having the foundation and vehicle to get clients reliably, systematically, and without chasing ever again. So with this, you don't have to keep spinning the wheel, creating content, or wondering where the next client or lead is going to come from, because you have a system. All you do, my team is going to email you, hey, I'll message you on the WhatsApp. This podcast wants you on. Here's a calendar, book a time. That's it. It's fully bespoke, fully done for you guys. So potentially generating anywhere between $30,000, $50,000, or even $100,000 per tour with only a $3,500 investment. And when you look at it this way, this is not just a no-brainer anymore. It feels like theft and illegal to say no to, literally. Yes, you're getting on Top Authority Podcast as a guest, and you can also, again, build your podcast. I would recommend both, yes. This way you have not only your asset, which is you building your podcast, but also you guesting on Top Authority Podcast. So again, as I mentioned before, we're going to open this only to 5 people. Because again, this is not a program for the masses. This is not a cookie cutter templated approach. This is fully bespoke and fully private. And it's not just for any 5. We're going to be selective. It's going to be for the right 5 people. I want aligned people. Because if we did take anyone or more than 5, it would break what makes this work. Because again, this is all about quality, not quantity. Does that make sense, guys? Okay, cool, awesome. So as I mentioned, why? I just explained that because it's fully bespoke, fully done for you. So phase 1, which is the academy, is going to be fully done with you, side by side. We're going to get, I won't mention this. We're going to have 1 live coaching call a week on Mondays. And the rest of the week, you get 1 daily video released on the WhatsApp group before you wake up. And you will have access to me and my team to answer any questions you have. That's the first month to build your foundations, because before we send you on those podcasts, we want to make sure that you're prepared, that you have clarity. So when you do get those opportunities, when you do speak to those in front of those stages, you have clarity, you position properly, and your offer is exactly what your audience wants. And then the second phase, which is the placements, this is fully done for you. So it's high touch, hands-on. We are crafting your messaging, positioning as the undeniable authority, and personally placing you on the right podcasts that are handpicked for you. So each of you are going to go to podcasts that are going to be relevant for you. It's not going to be whatever. No, it's going to be handpicked for you. And this is not just support. This is literally partnerships, but without you giving away any equity in your business. This is why it makes this so powerful. It's why I'm going to open it only to 5 people in the first round. Yes, great question. So, Maya Lisa, this is an offer that this is the first time I'm running this. I've been on many podcasts myself that was introduced before. Anytime I went, I got clients. The last one I did a live 2 months ago, and I was able to get 2 clients from that. 2 clients. So again, this works. And this is, again, because this is why it's a founders group, because we're building this together. And again, this is something that I have not invented. It's been going on for a long time. Since the dawn of time, people introducing experts, endorsing experts. That's what we're doing now, bringing it to us, to you guys. And once those 5 spots are gone, this closes. There are not going to be any exceptions. Oh, we're going to squeeze you in. We'll make an exception. Nope. Closed. Because for us, protecting results is far more important than just taking more clients. And again, the founder's advantage, because this is the first group, this is going to be the lowest investment ever. And the highest support, because again, my goal here is to create success stories, fast results, and case studies. Because when I launch this to the public in June, it's going to be priced at $6,000. So to recap, again, you're getting the full system. Clarity, your zone of genius. We're going to build your Godfather Irresistible Offer. We're going to position you properly as an authority that you are. And we're going to place you on top authority podcast, fully bespoke and private. Client conversion strategy. We're going to work with you to turn conversation into clients. And of course, you get the founder's advantages. So you get the complete system to go from being invisible and overlooked to becoming undeniable in the next 120 days. And of course, it comes with my 0 risk full guarantee. I stand 100% behind this. As long as you show up, you do the work, and you show up to interviews, we stay with you until you get traction. Because again, you're not doing this alone. This is built and designed for one thing and one thing in mind, for you to win. Anything here? And why I can make this kind of promise? Very simple, because this works. Again, I'm not inventing this. It's been going around since the dawn of time in different forms. And most importantly, this works when 3 elements are present. When you have laser focused clarity as to what is the one pain point you're solving and for who, you're positioned properly as a leading expert and a trusted expert in your niche by trusted experts, trusted hosts, sorry. And you become visible. And we're going to make sure that you become all 3. We're not going to send you, this is why we take the first month to build your foundation. We're not going to send you unprepared. No. That's why we take the time to really build this. We do this properly. Now, let's take a look at something very important, the cost of staying invisible. Because truthfully, the real cost here is not the money, it's not the investment. It's you staying invisible. You keep being overlooked, underpaid, and most importantly, most heartbreakingly, you're watching others take opportunities that should be yours. And these are going to be people that are less qualified, less experienced, with less credentials than you. I'm sure you guys seen that before. That's the one thing that really broke my heart myself the most. And I'm sure you guys been there, you've seen that. So 6 months from now, if nothing changes, that cost is far greater for you than any amount of money, especially the $3,500 here. So instead, imagine this. 60 to 90 days from now, you're being featured on Top Authority Podcast. People are reaching out to you. Calls are coming in. Clients are signing up. You're no longer chasing. You don't have to worry about leads, about creating content endlessly, about the latest, trendiest TikTok dance. No. You're no longer chasing. Instead, you're being chosen and paid. I want you to close your eyes and feel this. Picture this in your mind. How does that feel? How does that make you, how would your life feel like, be like when you're in that position? So here, my friends, the real question is this. The real question is not, does this work? Because you already seen that it does. The real question is, will you be one of the 5? Or will you watch from this outside as others, as I said, less qualified, less experienced, with less credentials than you, become undeniable in your niche and take your opportunities that should be yours? I really want you to picture this, because that's the reality if nothing changes. So now you have 2 options. We're all at a crossroad here. Option 1, you can just stay where you are, don't do anything, keep doing what you're doing, and keep trying to figure it out on your own, wasting a ton of time and money on things that don't work, on so-called strategies, and burning a lot of money, and staying inconsistent, overlooked, invisible, and underpaid. Or you can do something that's going to change your business, your life, your destiny, and that is stepping into your next level, becoming clear, becoming visible, ultimately becoming undeniable, so you can start attracting clients consistently and becoming the undeniable authority in your niche, the person you're meant to be. That's a real question here. Does that make sense, guys? And this is honest, this is my heart speaking to you guys, heart to heart, because I've been there. I know what it feels like. Because the truth here, guys, is this, and I've said that many times, you don't need more time. You don't need more information. You need the right system and the right environment to win. And that is exactly what this accelerator is about. Full blown, full stop. So my ultimate message for you is this. If this resonates, if something in you is saying to you, screaming at you, yes, this is it. It's what I've been looking for. Then please, please, please don't ignore it. If you know this is for you, don't overthink this. You don't need more time. You need a decision that could change everything for you in the right way. Message me undeniable. Book a call with me next week, or even right after this call, tomorrow, this weekend, whatever. And we'll simply have a heart-to-heart conversation. No pressure, no hard sell. Just have clarity as to whether you are one of the right 5. And one last thing, remember that we are looking for the right 5. It's not first come, first serve. We don't choose the fastest, we choose the most aligned. Because I want to work with people that are ready to win, to step up, to become undeniable, that's fed up and sick and tired of, being overlooked, underpaid, invisible. And if I may make a confession, I'm already having conversation with people that people are not here on this call today. So the 5 are gonna fill up fast. So again, and once the 5 spots are filled, game over. This is closed. The founders group and the founders advantage are gone. This is my sincerest invitation. This is the most impactful and craziest offer invitation I've ever built. It's actually even my business partner is telling me, why are you doing so much for this little price? You can easily price it $5,000, $10,000. I said, yes, I can. Remember what I said? Your avatar is your version of you that just was at the lowest starting. I built this for that person. This is not a money grab. If it was a money grab, I would put at $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, $10,000 and I would get clients. But I want to give back and help the people that need it the most. And I want to specifically give back to the serving circle, because the serving circle is what got me on my feet initially when I was really beyond broke, just starting out 6 years ago, 5 years ago. So this is my sincerest invitation. Let me check the chat. Traction, great question, Don. Traction is, yes, is getting meaningful conversations, qualified conversation that ultimately lead to clients. The first time you're available to meet Sunday night. Too late. So for me, because of time difference, I'm available anytime after 8 p.m. Eastern. That's 7 o'clock in the morning for me. Or if you want to meet earlier, just let me know, but don't ask me to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm joking. No, I'm joking. For you guys, no, I'm not going to make that. But anytime after 7 p.m., 8 p.m. Eastern, I'm available. Let me know. Let's have a heart-to-heart conversation. This is not going to be a sales call because truthfully, I'm not the best at selling. I don't like selling. What I like to do is, and again, one thing that I want to say, I'm not here to convince anyone. I'm simply here to help you make a decision, the right decision for you. That's why I say and emphasize, I want to work not with the fastest, not with the first people, and not even with people that can pay. Because I've turned down people in the past because they were not aligned. Because the last thing you want is to work with someone who's going to be pain in the butt. It's not worth your peace of mind. I've been there. And that's a place I never want to go back. So this is what I mean. I want to work only with the 5 most aligned people. Let's see. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Let's have a chat. I saw that you booked a time with me for next Thursday night. Let's have a chat earlier because, again, this is going to get filled fast. And yes, Sunday night. Absolutely. Grab my Calendly, book a time for Sunday night, 8 p.m. Eastern. And let's have a chat. And that invitation applies to all of you guys. And also for those that are going to be watching this replay, because a lot of people couldn't make it today. Any questions? Unmute yourself, please.
Like the weekly coaching call, is that one-on-one or is that with the group?
Great question. So the weekly calls are going to be on the phase 1, which is Academy, the first month. We're going to have one live coaching call on Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern. And then it's going to be with the students together. And then I'm going to create a WhatsApp group, just like the one I created for this challenge. That's where we interact, communicate. I release the content, the daily videos, the slides, answer your questions, and for you guys to interact. Once we've done phase 1, then we're going to have a call together. I'm going to introduce you to my team. And then they will connect with you on a one-on-one. They will get on a call with you to get all the information they need from you. So once phase 1 is done, the only thing you will have to do after that is simply communicate with the person going to be assigned to you, and they will do everything for you. So if you guys need it after phase 1, I'd be happy to host a weekly call to further support you. I'd be happy because I want everything to make sure that you guys win. I have a call booked with you. Let me check. Lane, beautiful. So we're on the same day. So your Wednesday is my Wednesday as well, Helene. I hope your weather's gonna be good so I can see your horse again. And your dog.
Yeah, I hope this cleared by then.
Okay, book a time, all of you guys. And listen, thank you for your time. Thank you for your trust. And I'm very much looking forward to helping the right 5 people together. Take care, guys. God bless. Cheers.
Lovely meeting.